What's up, guys? Homestuck time. Yeah. I can't do it with these glasses on, though, because I don't have my contacts in, and I can't see shit. And I need to tighten them, because these are designed for, like, big faces, and not tiny faces like mine, with tiny little noses. So, they look nice, they just need a lot of adjustment. I don't know what this doohickey is about. I kind of wish I had Wayfarers. But honestly, like, there's a reason why I wear my glasses when I'm not wearing my contacts, because it's not until I'm this close that I can actually read my computer screen. And you don't want my face that close. So, on go the lame glasses. Up goes the cup of coffee. And on goes the Homestuck adventure. Okay. I said in my last video that I was going to be like, oh, blah, blah, blah comments. And then I was like, 3 minutes after making the video, all of a sudden, I was just like, oh god, I'm falling asleep. So, I just let it export, and then I slept for a while. Or something like that. I don't even remember. You know I don't remember things. So, it's Rose's turn to alchemize a whole bunch of cool stuff. Let's see what she comes up with. Considering John just came up with a bunch of nonsense. Shit, let's be Santa. Everyone gets the nice, awesome add-ons that Dave put together, thanks to Jade. Combine hub and laptop. Sweet! Does it, like, generate its own power source? I would love to have a laptop that generates its own power source. You make the hub top. That one was pretty obvious. Combine bronzed vacuum and umbrella. Bronzed vacuum umbrella. Vacuum umbrella. Vacuum. You make the bronzed vacuum umbrella. Useless. But you're still getting warmed up. Combine salamander and eldritch plush. Huggable soft salamander plush. Aww. You make a huggable soft salamander plush. You award it to the Viceroy on account of good behavior. And Shy loves it. I'm tempted to just use the gender neutral. Is it pronounced Shy? I mean, here makes sense, but is it she or Shy? Because written it makes a whole lot of sense, but spoken I'm like, it just sounds like she with an E. So I say Shy, but then that just sounds weird. So, I don't know. Combine ink bottle and gushers. Bodacious black liquid sorrow gushers. Yeah, you make a box of said gushers. Another Crocker nightmare rears its ugly head. The ink reserves the healing properties of the blue phlegm. Reverses the healing properties of the blue phlegm. These are pure poison. Sounds like it could be useful, though. Suicide gushers. Wait, that's not a good joke. Skiba. Bad Skiba. Combine hub top and hairband? Go in the Sailor Mercury route. Rose, what does the scouter say about your grist level? You make the hub top band a convenient hands-free computing device. Combine magnetic W and bottle of vodka. I like it. Magnetic vodka. You make a bottle of magnetic vodka. In addition to having high alcohol content, the liquid inside appears to have magnetic properties. You guess this could be useful? Why not? It's vodka. Combine wizard statue and ball of yarn. I almost said wizard. I'm like stuck on that accent. You make a ball of silken wizard beard yarn with magical properties. It has magical properties because it is made of a wizard. Maybe you can make something with magical properties that is more useful than this. I like how she's more looking at the wizard than she is at the magical ball of yarn. How do you make a, wait. That's the shit that invisibility cloaks are made out of. Fucking canon right there. Combine wizard statue and knitting needles. Needle wands. Sweet. I know a certain troll who will be all over that. You make a pair of needle wands. They crackle with magic energies. It's time to make something cool to wear. I love how she destroyed the wizard statue with them. Combine knittings and velvet pillow and swiddle shirt. I love it! You make a stylish velvet squiddle knit dress with gold hairband. Very nice. Combine needle wands and grimoire. Thorns of Olgoloth. You make the thorns of Olgoloth. The needles seem to shiver with the dark desires of the Deep One. Any sane adventurer would cast these instruments of the occult into the furthest ring and forget they ever existed. But you, of course, are Rose Lalonde, and you wield them deftly. I like them. Aw, yeah. So much cool shit. So I've been trying to figure out, like, depending on how you alchemize, is that, like, if you destroy the object in question? Because this would mean that she duplicated her computer somehow, right? And then the magnetic W is still there, even though the vodka is no longer there. So is it, like, one object gets destroyed, or what? I can't really figure it out. But then again, I haven't really been paying too much attention to the and-oring, because John's explanation, while probably correct, was difficult to understand in the way that it was presented. So one of my lovely people who likes to send me asks, probably explain that better to me than John ever could, because John is just blah derp. And I'm like, John, sweetie, just sit down. Aggrieve encroaching malefactors. Time for serious business. Wow, you have skinny arms. Now, I kind of imagined her with a little bit more baby fat than that. She doesn't seem like she would be the skinny sort. Maybe it's just art. Welcome to the party, motherfuckers! Now build, Jade, build! You take advantage of Dave's nap to make some architectural headway on his building. Oh god, what's it going to look like? Not bad. A little Escher-esque, but not bad. I'm guessing that the teleportation he did only took the top half of the building. Top floor of the building, more or less. I mean, I don't know where all this came from. It's weird. You're really proud of your floor plan. Words. It is so cool. Speaking of naps, you have been asleep for some time yourself. You suppose you'd better wake up soon. But then your neighbor in the other tower is supposed to be waking up soon too, and it would be a shame if you weren't around to greet him. Wake up and jam. Jam and jelly. Yeah. And by jam, you mean alchemize, of course. Whoa, your house is huge suddenly. Anyway, let's get this party started. Combine sunglasses and iPhone. Another pair of eye shades? This one was really obvious because Future Dave had a pair, but he took them when he prototyped himself. But now you have a pair too, so that's cool. Sell them. Combine timetables and computer. You make the turn top. Convenient computing on the go. Sort of like you have with your eye shades, but with all your important files and apps on there. Not to mention SBaHJ. Plus, maybe it has some weird time powers? You have no idea. You'll mess with it later. Where did he get the timetables, though? Just from Future Dave, but, like, originally? Where did they come from? Because we're creating a bit of an ontological paradox in that situation. In that, if Dave never gets them where he got them from originally, how could Future Dave have gotten them? But then again, alternate timelines. And Homestuck, you're kind of fusing two different types of time travel that are not meant to be fused. I'm making a double helix with my hands, in case you were wondering what this was. Who knows? I guess we'll run into where he gets them from eventually. Combine puppet tucks and smuppet. Oh. I like that. You upgrade the puppet tux Future Dave made. He probably made it by combining one of your bro's badass marionette suits with your shirt and scaling it up to fit. That's how you would have made it anyway. Dave, you're wearing doll clothes? That's kind of kinky. You add a smuppet to the mix to make a softer, more stylish red plush puppet tux. It is like walking around in snuggly pajamas. Action pajamas. And they're all kind of wearing plush velvet pajamas. Sorry, I have a big, like, it's not quite as swollen as it was the other day, but I have this big, like, gross bug bite here. You don't want to see it. Combine broken Kald scratch? Kald scratch? I don't know how to pronounce that. And ruby contraband. I'm sure it's a portmanteau of something. I just don't know what it's a portmanteau of, therefore I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just gonna go with Kald scratch. You combine a few more items you got from Future Dave's loot stash. The broken form of Kald scratch and some ruby contraband, whatever the hell that is. The resulting item costs a fortune. You have no idea what it is. Preview item with holopad. Broken scarlet ribitar. You momentarily reconfigure your alchemizer upgrades to make use of the holopad extension. You pop the card in the slot and check it out. The combination would produce the broken scarlet ribitar. Combine whole Kald scratch and ruby contraband. Ooh. Scarlet ribitar. I like it. And ribitar is ribbit and scimitar. Okay. I just don't know what Kald scratch is made up of. Oh, it's probably something stupidly obvious, but I'm not really good with that. Out of curiosity, you try it again with a whole sword. You dial back Kald scratch's little turntable, rewinding the sword to a point in history before it was broken. You then combine it with the red frog thingy to show the complete scarlet ribitar. But there's no way you can afford to make that yet. It costs even more now. Maybe you'll stick to combining items around your house for now, rather than stuff from your future Siladex. It'll be less confusing that way, and probably less expensive. I wonder who, taught him how to use the little tiny dials. That's neat, though. A sword that fixes itself. Why would you even keep it in the broken status if you could do that? I mean, unless that's not permanent, and the minute you let go, it's like, nope, can't do that. Combine shitting sword and Hella Jeff drawing. Sword. I like it. You use one of your bro's really shitty swords from the fridge and a printout of Hella Jeff to make a sword. This thing is so unspeakably shitty you're having a hard time even holding it. Come on. It's like, yeah, you try to hold it and your hands just turn into awkward MS Paint doodles. Or you'd be like that one Rage comic where your hands are those, like, derpy dog things. It's like, oh, close enough. I love how it's so... It costs nothing to make. Wow. Come on, Snoop Dogg photo, a mini AC, and Kald scratch. Snoop Dogg snow cone machete. You make the Snoop Dogg snow cone machete. When foes drop it like it's hot, just turn up the blizzizzle nozzle so they shizlax for rizzle. I can't. I like the Peanuts artwork on it. It's cute. Combine skateboard and Hella Jeff drawing. Unreal Air. You make Unreal Air. You can't even ride it. Oh, there it goes. And there it goes. It is ridiculous what kind of air this thing is getting. Dude, come by the ruler, check this out. Yeah, it's not coming back. It's more like Unreal Helium, am I right? Weird. Make another one. You just make another one. You quickly stash it in a card so it can't escape from above. Combine Game Bro magazine and timetables. Ooh, vintage Game Bro. Exclusive bro strategies, the hottest secrets. Shh. Challenge your thumbs to the maximum. Outrageous video stunts at your fingertips. Where are all the secrets? In here, bro. Oh, he's holding a really weird looking NES controller. You turn back the clock and make a vintage Game Bro. You think you remember this one from your bro's stash. It's a classic. Combine Batarang and Midnight Crew poster. I love them. I mean, this one is not really going to do all that much damage. It's like blunt attack. I like the fact that this looks like lips, though. Obviously, these two are the coolest. You make a whole pile of pseudorangs because they are really cool and pretty cheap. Very nice. Combine plush puppet tux and midnight crew poster. You make 4 aces suited. You aren't really sure which one you like better. The red one is softer, while the black one is sort of stiff and starchy. Anyone wearing the suit is all business. Maybe you'll switch it up as your mood dictates. Serious business? Not so serious business. I like it, though. It's very Dave. Combine plush puppet tux and felt poster. This would make the felt duds, if you had some of whatever that green grist is. I don't know, green's not really your color. Combine smuppet and felt poster. You make a jetting out and impudent felt plush. You do an acrobatic fucking pirouette off the handle and into his heart, and he into yours. Dave is such an ass man. Combine dead things in amber and smuppet. You make a foam mutant smuppet encased in amber. Now we're getting somewhere. Combine dead things in amber or smuppet. For the sake of science, you or combine them instead of and combine. You make an amber mutant smuppet abomination. So cool. Now this is how you make shit work. Egbert and Lalonde should be taking notes. It's a little fuzzy. Combine fetus in jar and Mr. T puppet. Wait, where the hell did you get a jarred fetus? You make the foam fetal Mr. T in a jar. Another back-breaking victory for science. Let me get some smuppet pornography in here. This video rated XXX. Too hot for YouTube.
It's 3 o'clock.
I'm just a little perturbed. Where did the fetus in the jar come from? Ew. Skiba doesn't really like fetuses very much. Well, it's kind of cool when you see them in varying states of development. My biology class once showed a human fetus, a pig fetus, it's some other animal fetus, anyway. All at similar stages of development. They're virtually identical. It was pretty cool. The pig fetus was actually kind of cute. You're looking pretty chill with all your new freak show, entourage. The underlings all look kind of put off by it, though. You're kind of weirding them out. Combine camera and capture log card. Capturoid camera. Oh, sick. You make the Capturoid camera. You can use it to snap a ghost image of any object without capture logging it. Spits out a brand new capture log card every time. Could be a useful way to make a large inventory of anything you encounter without cluttering up your Siladex. Also for grabbing codes for stuff you can't ordinarily pick up. Take photo of self. You take one of your patented, ironic, cool guy self-portraits. Man, so cool. That's really all there is to say on the matter. You take a MySpace photo. Tilt downward for effect. Combine penis in jar and self-portrait photo? No. Dave's brain in a jar? What? That would apparently make Dave's brain in a jar. Gross. It costs a king's ransom, though, because, of course, the organ is virtually inimitable. Doesn't stop you from capture writing its hologram, though. Dave, human transmutation, okay? You're not supposed to do that. This is alchemy, isn't it? It costs 1 billion dead Elric moms or something. Ugh. Capture the hologram of your own brain. Okay, that's probably the weirdest thing you've ever done, but okay. Combine brain and sweet bro and Hella Jeff drawing and Capturoid camera. That actually gives you something back. Sweet bro and Hella Jeffifier. Finally, something useful. It cost you negative 1,000 units of artifact grist. It actually gave you, seriously. Try it out. Take a picture of Dave's right. Or sweet bro and Hellish. Bro, where'd you go? I was going to show you my chops. Dude, are those wings? Time to fly away up into the sun, you fucking piece of garbage. Okay. The only thing that's left to really do is watch that asshole fail. Hole fall? I can't read that. Looks like it automatically prints out a Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff comic in some way related to whatever you take a picture of. This should save you a lot of time, specifically the 5 minutes it takes to draw your comic. You're a busy guy. That's actually kind of cool. In a way. I mean, it makes sense. Actually, it does actually make sense because it's got Dave's brain in there somewhere. So you get to create whatever perversions go on in that brain. Yeah. Make copies of Rose's journals. Can't forget the most important thing you came up here to make. Gotta be getting your snoop on. Take a look. There's nothing but tentacle porn in here. Meow. Complacency of the Learned. One book is titled Meow, the other is titled Complacency of the Learned. Gee, you wonder what could be in Meow. Read it. It appears to be a sequence made up of M, W, E, and O. Hold on a second. It looks like a stereogram. I'm gonna try it out. Ignore my dorky looking face right now because this is how I stereogram. You have no idea how hard it is to stereogram when you can't fucking see. Well, there's something in it, but I can't tell if it was intentional. It's probably not. It just happens to look like a stereogram from my perspective. To no surprise at all, this book is full of more meow letters. Looks like Rose is totally nuts. What else is new? You guess you'll try out the other book. Looks like it's some sort of creative writing project. Read Complacency of the Learned. Do I have time? I do. Friglish bothered his beard, as if unkinking a hitch in a long silk windsock. A more pedestrian audience would parse the exhibit as nervous compulsion, behavior to petition contempt among the reasonable. He was, however, not surrounded by the reasonable, but the wise, a distinction in men that would forever be the difference in history's garland of treasured follies. As a matter of fact, his cadre of fellow wizards were all putting similar moves on their beards as well. The practice would have evinced thoughtfulness, sagacity even, if they didn't do it all the time. Standing in line at the bank, shooting squirrels from bird feeders. Few occasions were safe. This reads like friggin' Tumblr RP. I mean, in the Final Fantasy VII fandom anyway. Ugh. Zazarpan inspected the clue, a single piece of evidence cradled in his coriaceous old man palms. It was a human bone, not striking in the tale it told alone so much as that told by the thousands like it festooning the marshy soil of the mass grave. The grisly expanse bore the texture of a decadent dessert, like one of Smarty's formidable custard trifles wobbled out on wheels for the holidays, to the dismay of a small nation. "You're certain of this?" asked Friglish. Despite what he was doing with his beard, he was, in fact, immersed in meaningful contemplation. All these words are making it really hard to read. Rose, your literature has, like, zero flow. "I am afraid I am becoming more so with each terrible tick groused by that gaudy timepiece slung around your neck." In case it wasn't clear, Friglish wore a clock Zazarpan didn't care for. It was magic. The massacre of Sears Gnelp was not as written. "What has you convinced it was the hand of our disciples in this blackness?" Executus climbed in. "I believe I—" A fat face stammered, eyes darting with the guilt of a thief in the throes of an unraveling alibi. "I can summon a more pressing line of inquiry." "No, Smarty. Nobody was in the mood for a sticky buntloaf just now." Zazarpan's ears fell insubstantial to any line of inquiry, pastry-oriented or otherwise. His abstruse contour carved a pondering shape in the fog carpeting centuries dead. His elven contemporaries, too, embraced the muted consternation of their great predicant scholar. Few wizards kept sharper adumbratives or read them with such lucidity. When Zazarpan treated men with silence, it was seldom unrepaid by the wise and reasonable alike. It was harrowing to entertain. Zazarpan's learned, storied complacency of wizards was marked for grander descendants. Disciples handpicked, vetted by Archite the Bonafide, and tested by Gastrel the Munificent. The 12 sweetest, most studious children a pair of elderly eyes could give their sparkle. Okay. Not those ragged gutter snipes so oft harvested by the common obscenity, those vituperative little beggars, with hearts to corrupt as dropped bananas brown. That these chosen youngsters would turn was not merely unthinkable, but something of a roundhouse to the temporal bones of the upper indifference's high chamber of soft-skulled prophets. His wisdom's savage brow pruned further with the account of his many lessons to would-be successors. Lessons to advance humanity's elucidation and prosperity, and outcome this bleak trail now painfully obviated. There were few puzzles the learned could not suspend and dissect in the recondite manifold beneath his extremely expensive pointy hat. Daring to pitch his cherished pupils in with the foul melange of history's rogues, the heretofore abstract scourge that built up civilizations with ungodly magic and tore them down with joyful malice would prove an intellectual trespass to make his calcium-deficient bones quake. And more daring yet was the only question that now mattered. Could a bunch of bearded, scraggly old men in preposterous outfits hunt them down? He didn't have an answer. Only a simple observation so blunt and uncharacteristically jejune for the lauded sage. Jejune? For the lauded sage, it was breathtaking in its self-evidency. We're going to need more wands. Wow, think of something better. Something that's not a Jaws reference. More wands, a bigger boat. Rose, what the fuck was that? Honestly. It's like if Tolkien had stomach upset. Mind you, I don't actually like Lord of the Rings very much. I had a discussion. My RP partner is a big fan of the Lord of the Rings, but she recognizes that it's really, really difficult to get into. I started to read the first one, Lord of the Rings itself, and I was just like, what the fuck? Everybody's just talking and it's really fucking boring. And I didn't like the movies very much because I just didn't like the movies very much. But I'm interested in The Hobbit. It also kind of reminds me of the opening pages of Watership Down. Watership Down is a fantastic adventure, told from the point of view of rabbits, but the first 5 pages are just really, really purple description of a field. The single field. Yep. You know, I just realized something. When I said purple, I was like, oh, the purple prose we have just slogged through is written in purple ink. Clever. Sorry for the rampant mispronunciation. Some of those words, I was just like, I haven't even seen those words. So, this wizard story seems really involved and kind of confusing. You'll have to save your place and dig into it later, then maybe ask Rose what the hell the deal with it is. Is it supposed to be ironic or fitting with the whole wizard business? Go get a bookmark. She might have been just making up stories about the wizard she encountered in the house. I used to do that shit all the time. You return to your room in search of a bookmark. Oh hey, finally a use for that pointless juice-stained beta that will never serve any purpose, past or future. Foreshadowing. You drop it on the John in case you're looking for some reading material later. That reminds me of a picture I saw on Tumblr. It was like someone read it as Toilet Egbert like 3 times before realizing John. Poor Toilet John. Check on Rose? Eh? Oh, are you zoomed in on what she's doing, or what? What? Must be zoomed in, I think. Yeah, I can't read that in under a minute, so that's the end of this video, and I guess I'll just hop right into the next one.